guys, welcome to this video. This is a vlog diaries of when I found out I was pregnant with twins, up to about 11 weeks, just before my 12-week scan. It's just me documenting my life. If you've got any questions, please comment below and I'll make sure I upload my second trimester very soon. Thank you.
Hello. I'm just going to start filming this because I need to document it for myself and I can't write things down, and I've just started watching on YouTube. Before I get in too deep and get my brain washed with other people's stories, I am going to write down my own. I've got my mask on because I just had a bath, which I'm paranoid now is too hot, and I'm all paranoid and I'm all flustered. Oh, I've got two on, that's why they're all funny. Oh, what am I like? What am I like? Right, well, put my chin. Hello, I'm Grace and I am 6 weeks pregnant in 2 days time, which is crazy. I found out I was pregnant last Saturday when I was just about to be 5 weeks pregnant, and it was literally the happiest day of my life. Like, there's no joke, there's no exaggeration. And I wanted to document everything that I've felt in the first week and everything before, just kind of even just from memory for myself, so I know what it was and how it felt. So symptoms wise, I don't think I felt any symptoms. Like, I've seen all these crazy things, and like even when I'm thinking back to what was different about me, I really don't think anything was different. I had like period pains, like, you know, that weird ache you get when you know you're about to come on. I had that for like 6 days. So basically I track my periods. I don't track ovulation officially, like I don't take a test or anything, I just do it on the Clue app. And like, so I track my periods, and my periods are the same every week, every month. So every week I start on a Saturday or a Sunday, just literally depending on how many days are in the month. And this time I assumed I was going to come on the Saturday, which I always do. And then on the Monday I'd put on brand new white knickers, and then I was like, oh no, there's a bit of spotting in it. And I was like, that's weird. So I went on my app and it said I was starting on Tuesday, and I was like, oh, that's annoying. It must have just been a shorter month or something weird. And I like made sure my app was all up to date, because sometimes I forget to like add in how many days I'm on and stuff. But no, it was all good, it was all correct, and it was all fine. So I was like, fine, it'll be Tuesday. Tuesday came and went, Wednesday came and went, but Wednesday really felt like I was going to come on. Thursday came and went, and then I actually like told my friend, I was like, look, I'm still not on. And she was just like, are you going to do a test? And I was like, no, like I didn't want to do it when Elliot wasn't there. And on the Friday, when the Friday came around, Elliot went to work and then he burst a tire, and I was just like, oh, like he doesn't, like I don't want to do this like without him, and like he's can't come home or anything because he's doing this. So I went out in the day with some friends and had some cocktails, and then on Saturday I woke up and I knew from previous ones that it was best to take the test for your first morning wee. So I like literally was half asleep and I just woke up like thinking, oh my god, I need to wait. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it, because I was going away that weekend and I kind of didn't want to not know and be away and then come back on Monday and feel like, oh, I should have just done it on Saturday. So I did it, I weed on it, whatever it is, and within milliseconds, and I'm talking milliseconds, it was a cross. It was a good old cross, like the clear blue one, it was a cross, and I literally shouted. I was sitting in my ensuite with the door basically open. Elliot was in bed, and I was like, Elliot, come here. And he was like, what? And I was like, come here. And he said, when we were talking about it later, he couldn't see my face because he didn't have his glasses on, so he didn't know if I was happy or sad. And I was like, what does this say to you? You know, like when you can't figure out if you've won a scratch card or not. I was like, what does this say to you? And he was like, you're pregnant. And I was like, I'm pregnant? And he was like, pregnant. We're like, oh my god. And the happiness that flew through us was amazing. We were happy dancing. Oh my god, we were in like fits. And then Elliot was like, right, we can't get too excited, we need to do another test. But I didn't have another one, so Elliot had to go and get me another one, and then we did it and it came back positive again, and we were just like, yes. And oh my god, did we have the best weekend. Oh my god, it was incredible. Like, oh wow, it was just me and Elliot just talking constantly, having the best time, like so happy because this is what we wanted, and you know, just it was just so lovely. And then we came back to real life, and I won't lie to you, anxiety has really set in. I find myself, I don't know, because it's not like obvious anxiety, and it's not like when I get hangxiety, like it's not crippling me inside. I just know I have this thing in the back of my mind. Like yesterday, my lip all day wouldn't stop twitching, and I think that is literally a sign of like a bit of like stress, and I'm not really sleeping, and I'm having like really anxious dreams, not about this, but just obviously really anxious and stuff. And I think it's just because unfortunately we know how common miscarriages are. You know, it's like 1 in 3, 1 in 4 women or something like that, especially early on in pregnancy, because we found out quite early. I think we're just trying not to get our hopes up, and the problem is I think they already are up, so now we're constantly worried about coming down, if that makes sense, which I don't think that is the best way to be, probably. Unfortunately, it's just how me and Elliot are programmed, and we've just seen the heartbreak that it like gives to people, and you know, it's just very hard. And so at the moment I am very anxious, probably, you know. I wish Elliot wasn't out right now, which I never care about. Probably because I am also FOMO, because I am 7 days in without a drink, which for me is bonkers. But now when I look back, going back to symptoms, my boobs, and they still are, were hurting. Oh my god. And I have big boobs, and I often do get very tender boobs when I'm due on my period, but this is like, I can't even lay on my front at the moment, and like I'm like, oh my god, what is this going to be like, you know, coming up if I can't even lay on my front now. But it was Monday night, and I was cooking dinner, and Elliot came in, and he said, I'm gonna take this off now. He said, have you ever had your boobs weighed? And I was like, you know, it's really funny you say that, because I'm always really curious, because I believe that if you weighed my boobs, I'd literally take a stone off my weight. And he came up behind me and he grabbed them and he went, way! And yes, it's very funny. But oh my god, the pain. I was like, oh, you dick. That literally hurts so much. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, that's okay. I didn't realise they freaking hurt so much. So all these like romantic stories, like the woman was in the shower and the water hit her and her boobs hurt. Nah, mum's just going, way on them. Which is just bonkers, really. But that still didn't trigger anything in my brain. I think because we tried twice. This is the third time to conceive, and I kind of stopped thinking about it all, because I thought if I don't think about it, then it doesn't really matter. Like, life just goes on. I mean, and stuff like that. So that was happening, and then obviously the cramps. But the cramps bring me to now. I'm having really quite intense cramping, like shooting pain cramping, like especially when I sit down, like if I'm standing up and I sit down, or when I lay down, they're like, I don't even know how to explain it, like someone's going like this inside, and like they're just quite dull. And I wouldn't say the shooting pains were painful at all, but they're there, you know, like, you know when you've like do a twinge and you're like, oh, it's like that constantly. And I'm really worried that that is obviously a sign of something else. But I've just realised that YouTube is literally probably the greatest thing that I could do, because I love YouTube, and there's women out there who, you know, probably having the same fears as me. So I watched this American girl, and she said she was having nasty cramps and stuff, but she was a bit annoying. So then I started to watch Zoella, but hers was more based on fear of morning sickness, and I really don't have a fear of being sick, because I'm always sick every time I drink, so that's not probably nothing to brag about, gross. And now I've just started watching this girl, her name's Ellie Polly, and she is actually talking about week 5, and she's just saying she's got sharp stabbing pains, which is basically what I have, and she says they're quite normal. You know, she spoke to a midwife friend, so that's reassuring. Something else I want to touch on is I haven't spoke to a midwife yet. I'm waiting for them to call me. So telling you're pregnant, like, so I googled it, and NHS said to tell your GP straight away. So my GP was actually where I used to live, and the address was registered to my parents, so I didn't particularly want to call them up and be like, yeah, and then they send my parents a letter, and then my parents would be like, well. So I registered at this doctor, and like, it was quite easy. It took me like a day or two, and then I rang, and I was like, I need to speak to a nurse regarding pregnancy, and they went, okay. And the nurse called me back and said, look, if you've got pregnancy, I can't actually help you. Like, we're not a midwifery place. You have to call the midwife. And I was like, how do I call the midwife? So she gave me the hospital number, and I was like, I can't just call a friggin' hospital. So I did, and I was like, hi, I need to speak to a midwife. And I went to the midwife. I was like, hi, like, I need to tell someone. Like, who do I tell? And like, there's actually referral forms that you have to do. I don't know if this is for every place, but for Mid and North Essex, I filled in this referral form, and I picked my hospital. I could have picked back where I used to live, but it's about 20 minutes away, so I picked like one that's now closer to me, just in terms of appointments and stuff. It's closer to Elliot as well for work, so I picked that one, and I'm just now waiting to hear. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm probably going to Google it, actually, see. I did it Thursday, so I kind of hoped I would have got a call today, but I didn't. Who knows if they work over the weekend. But my next door neighbour is actually a midwife. So if I really don't hear by the end of next week, I mean, I've only met her twice, but I might have to be like, hey, what are you, a third person I tell? So I'm going to ask her, but that is definitely something that's crazy. Like, it's just, no one ever tells you what you have to do. And because you're not meant to tell anyone, it's like, who gives you advice? All of my friends who have babies aren't living in this area anymore, so it's not like I can casually just like go for a walk. I think, you know, if I went, it would be a big thing. I don't think it would just be us. I think we do it as a group thing. So, I mean, that's crazy. So we're just waiting to hear. I've booked a scan, like instantly. I booked a scan with window in the womb, which is like you can get early pregnancy. It's a private scan place. It's in a town across, but I know loads of people who live there, and it's right in the middle of the town. So God hopes no one sees me leave, because then everyone will know. So yeah, so we've got to try that, but that's next Sunday. I'm so excited. I just hope everything's okay up till then. And I assume Elliot can come, so that'll be good. The next Saturday, I'm actually going out, and I've already like devised a plan. I'm going to be on doxycycline or whatever it's called. I need to learn how to pronounce it. Which is then antibiotics the dentists give you that you can't drink on. And I'm going to say like, oh, my friend drank on them and was so sick, and I was like, I just can't be bothered with it. And obviously I have toothache, so I've been practicing, like, you know, when you eat, like, go around the other side. So I've got that. I'm actually got plans, like proper events for the next 3 weekends. So I'm going to be on antibiotics a lot, but luckily none of the groups collide. So no one would be like, you were on antibiotics last week. Like, you know, that's not too much. So yeah, but we've decided we're going to tell my mum and dad tomorrow, just because I think, like, my mum 100% knows something's up, because I've ignored her all week. It's just because I can't speak to her without, like, thinking about it. And I just need an adult. Like, I literally need an adult to say, right, you're fine, or right, are you doing this? I got my I got my vitamins, my acid or something, and my omega-3 maybe, I don't know, vitamin D, that's it. So I've got to have that with a meal, so I'm going to go and have my dinner now so I can take them. I think having them with dinner is best, because at the moment I'm still fasting in the morning, and I don't really want to take them at work. So yeah, I'm going to go for a nighttime one. I'm absolutely knackered this week, and I feel like it's all in my head, because now I know I'm like, oh, I'm pregnant. But oh my God, the other night, I never go to bed without Elliot, and I never go to bed without the TV on. He went downstairs to watch football, and I said, I'm just going to go to bed, and I actually fell asleep. I didn't put the TV on or anything. I was just dead to the world. And when I wake up in the morning, even though I've had like a solid like 9 hours, but with like flustered dreams, but still solid, I am knackered. Like, literally, I have I have no effort to do anything. Literally, I'm just sitting there lethargically, like plodding along. Work has been super busy this week as well, which is probably a good thing because I don't think I would have done anything otherwise. But yeah, I think that's all. I think that's the first week. I already feel a bit better, like putting it out there. I'm really lucky that my best friend, I've told her, so I just literally text her like all my fears and worries, and she's quite like blunt to it as well. Like, doesn't be like, oh, I should be friend, but like, obviously anything could happen, but you know, life is life and whatnot. Yeah, just crazy, man. Like a little grain of rice. That's what we're calling it, a little grain of rice. So imagine if it was twins. Like, we have no twins in our family at all. But imagine if it was twins. Wouldn't that just be bonkers? But yeah. But if we're 6 weeks, we only have 6 more weeks to go until we tell people. We're not putting it on Facebook or Instagram or anything, like an announcement. Like, I don't care if I put a picture of my bum up down the line or someone tags me or whatever, but I would like to take a photo though to text to people, because unfortunately we are still in COVID and I'm not seeing a load of my friends, like the ones that live far and wide stuff. So yeah, I thought while I was hanging up some washing, I'd just do a little update. Please excuse the room. So we're officially in week 6, which is exciting, nerve-wracking, all of the above. And God, I feel hella nauseous. Like, I can't even explain it to you. Like, I thought it was nerves, but oh my God, this is worse than any nerves I've ever had in my life. Like, this is something else. It truly is. Like, I feel, oof. This morning I felt fine when I had my coffee, and then as soon as I like started to like get up and going, I felt sick, and then all day it's just been on and off nausea, and it is the worst thing ever. And then, so my favourite food, like probably like snack, is just cheddar cheese. Oh, I can't even say it. And I can't. I took some to work, as I do every day, and I got my little pot, and just seeing it, I was just literally like, you're joking. So this is the end of the road for me, and cheddar cheese is this. Oh, cool, cushy. It's nice knowing a cheddar. So that's fun. So we'll see how that carries on, really. Kind of hoping that's one of them things that was going to pass, because it's literally my favourite thing. And I don't know what, all I want is like, I don't know. I can't really think about food at the moment. My lunch was really nice. The thing is, this happened to me yesterday. When I think about food, I'm like, whoop. Then as soon as I start eating food, I'm like, yes, this is what I needed. I needed food. So I obviously just need to just force myself to eat, and I'll be fine. But I think the thing is, it only tides over the nausea for a little while, and then it gets like just continuously worse, really. So that's fun. But yeah, that's the only other thing I feel. My boobs aren't as painful as they were, so that's something. That's a little something, that my boobs are slightly less painful than they were like last week when I found out. But apart from that, I don't really have anything else, just recurring nausea. I decided if I'm going to start throwing up at work, I'll just tell them I've got a drinking problem. I'm hungover every day. To be honest, I think that's quite realistic. But yeah, I told my mum, I haven't updated that. I told my mum, she was so happy. It's just so nice to be able to talk to her, even though no one else knows. My dad doesn't know yet, nor does my sister, so we're like having secret conversations. But yeah, so that's really nice that I have someone to talk with it about. And yeah, I'm just waiting for the midwife still to contact me, but I feel like it won't be for another week. Maybe even at my 8th week, perhaps. So we'll see what happens then. I got my scan still on Sunday. I got to lie to all my friends on Saturday and pretend I've been to the dentist. And then I'm probably going to tell my mother-in-law, because she's my dental assistant, and I feel like she'll be like, no, Grace didn't come to me. Grace didn't come to me with wisdom teeth, because that's what my family and friends do. They're very nosy, but then I'm just as nosy, so I can't really blame them. So I'm just covering all bases. So I'm going to tell her, and probably my father-in-law as well, and then I'm going to tell my dad on Father's Day. I think I'm going to have to get him 2 cards. It's one like prize for him to keep, and then one to, like, you know, for people to see and stuff. So that's going to be exciting. Wonder if he'll cry as well. But yeah, that's about all my update really. Just feeling hella sick and hoping it goes away real soon. Just a low update. I'm really just gone off food. Like, once I start eating it, I'm fine, but halfway through, then I'm like, oh, I had this lunch today and it just put me off. So I literally did. I just had to eat what I fancied. And I really fancied peas, onion rings, and that's a chicken thigh that I've just butterflied and done with salt and pepper and with mayonnaise. So let's see. So yeah, we're having twins. Probably the craziest surprise ever. But I'm so excited. I always seem to pick the worst times to do these little videos, but just had a bath and it was delightful. So I'm going to tell you while I go make my dinner. Yesterday, me and Els went for an early scan and I was so nervous. Like, I felt sick to my stomach. Like, it wasn't very nice. And I'd actually lost my nausea over the last couple of days. When I felt like that sick, I knew it was like anxiety, stress sick. It was horrible. It was horrible. Anyway, I think I was also really nervous because the scan place is in a really public place, and I know a lot of people who live there and go opposite to the Costa opposite, so I think that was also scaring me a bit. So anyway, we went in and we sat down, we filled in the form, and it's fine. I was just so nervous, and it had to be an internal scan, just because of the timing. So they had to go to the bathroom prior, and then we walked in and it was a man, which was fine. I didn't really care, but you know, we sat down. I laid on the bed. Elliot sat like up behind me, and the man said, like, okay, I'm gonna start. I won't speak when I first do it, so don't worry. And then after what felt like an eternity, he's like, I'm not gonna speak for a couple more minutes. And I was like, oh, like my heart like dropped. And then he was like, okay, I found a heartbeat. And we were like, oh my God. And they turned the screens on. There was loads of screens in the room. And we saw it, and there was like this tiny little dot, but this heartbeat was huge, like boom, 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 like massive. And I was like, oh my God, you can really see it. And he's like, yeah, you can really see it. And I was like, wow. And then he went, and there's the other heartbeat. And I was just like, sorry? And he's like, and there's the other heartbeat. And I was sorry, is it twins? And he was like, yeah, it's twins. And I was just like, what? He's like, yeah, there's that one. And there's that one. And then he showed them zoomed out, and then they were together. 2 heartbeats. And I was just like in absolute shock. I was like, what? And you could tell he loved telling her. And Elliot went to the nurse who was in there. But I thought it was hereditary. Like, I thought you could only have twins if you had twins in your family. And the nurse just replied, well, it's got to start somewhere. And I was just like, what the actual hell? And I knew. Like, I had said 3 times, I think it's twins. Don't know why, I just had this crazy inkling. I was actually playing Sims at the beginning of the year, and I made this new house, with like the house we now live in, and like me and Elliot were obviously the characters. And then like me and Elliot had a kid, and we had twins without doing any cheats, any life rewards, anything. And it was twins, like, and I've never had that on Sims. I think it is quite unusual just to randomly have twins. And I was like, that's a sign. And here we have twins, twin A and twin B, and he kept saying babies. They were so plural, what he was saying to us. And it's just absolutely crazy. We're having twins, 2 babies. Pray for a boy and a girl, get it all done in one. They're not identical, I think, because they're in different sacs. I'll obviously ask more when I speak to the midwife, which I still haven't heard from. Really want to hear that. So, yeah. 7 weeks tomorrow. Kind of going to 8 weeks, just because I just want to be further on than I am. So, yeah, so that's exciting. I feel so sick today. And I know I just need to eat. So I'm just having a crumpet. I'm just tired, especially on the weekends. I don't know what it is, because I'm not in a routine, whereas when I'm working, I just bosh out my day and then, chill in the night. But on the weekends, I just want to nap all the time. But yeah, apart from that, I'm all good. Boobs still hurt. I think one twin definitely is making me nauseous, loss of appetite, hurty boobs, tired. And the other twins are, oh no, just eat whatever you want, babe. And then it's like, shit, Thursday, Friday, it's twice now. My boobs haven't really hurt, I haven't felt nauseous, haven't felt sick, got my appetite. So obviously I've got a good twin and a cheeky twin. So what are they like? I thought I'd just show you my belly. It's very relaxed. That's the belly. But that is 90% carbs. I'm not even joking to you, because I don't normally eat carbs and now I am. So, but yeah, that's it straight on. I mean, there's a bit there. I just stand normally. I mean, I'm so bloated because I'm eating carbs. That is ridiculous. I'm so big. But it's so hard. Little bitty. And just a little week, 7 or 8, when I'm going by. Update. Felt really sick yesterday. Horribly sick. But today, not that bad. So that makes me happy. I like it when it comes and goes. It does scare me a bit. But I also get that I've got 2 babies in my body. And my body's just changing all the time. And maybe they're just having a rest day today. And I've kind of fancy food today as well. I'm hungry right now. And I'm going to have pasta, so I'm going to have more carbs. I really need to eat carbs, but the thing is, I'm not thinking about other food. I need someone to cook me, basically, all my meals. So that would be nice. But, yeah, all good in the hood. I'm a happy baba. So my mum saw this brand, and it's called Myrtle and Maud. And they're to help with all different types of pregnancy and conception and breastfeeding. So they have, sorry, this light is terrible. They have a conception pack and a breastfeeding pack, and I've got some stuff from the nausea morning sickness pack. So I thought I'd just show you. I've got this tea. So this is Queasy Days. Helps support tummy queasiness through pregnancy. And it's organic peppermint and ginger tea. It's caffeine free as well, which is great because I've really gone off tea. I don't know. I think I'm forcing myself to have a decaf coffee in the morning because it's my routine. But I mean, if I can get this back into my routine, I'd be so happy with that. So, it's just got peppermint, ginger root, lemon balm, chamomile, rose petal, orange peel. So, it smells really nice. And then I've got this nausea stick. So, it's an inhaler nasal stick. And this apparently stops you from feeling queasy, naturally. So, I'm going to give it a go and let you know. I'm not feeling super queasy right now, but I feel a bit after dinner. So, I'm just going to have a little... I'm hoping it will help me before I eat. That's my thing, because ginger beer was making me feel really unnauseous, but I've gone off it. The thought of having another ginger beer. I'm just difficult, okay? Hey party people. Oh, just looking at my hair. I don't think I've done an update all week. Maybe I did because maybe I ate the pasta on there, but what's been going on? I don't know if I told you about my midwife appointment, so I'm just gonna say it again. I've got a midwife meet and greet, I guess, on the 13th, which my mum is coming with me, just because it's a really inconvenient time of the day for Elliot to get off, and it's in a inconvenient place. So mum's actually going to come with me to do that. And the following week on the 20th is the scan. So that's 4 weeks tomorrow, which is still so long away. But I'm going to Wales next week. And when I come back, there's the scan. It must only be 3 weeks tomorrow. 3 weeks tomorrow. Wales, midwife appointment, scan. So, yeah. So Wales will really take, my mind off everything. I'm actually at home today. I was meant to be in the office, but I woke up feeling so incredibly sick. And I had breakfast and I just didn't know if it was going to stay down. So I just swapped my days. I'm going to stay here. But I'm just exhausted. Yesterday I was exhausted. Like I had this horrible headache yesterday. And then Saturday. I think Saturday I just didn't drink enough water. And I was like being really social and active. And, I really switched on. And I just think it literally took it out of me. Oh, Gary's here. Gary, you want to say hello? 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 So, yeah. I hope headaches was just a one-off hot, because it was a hot thing. I can't be doing that. The nausea is rubbish. The lack of appetite is rubbish. The tiredness. Meow. Hi. But Gary's being really affectionate. So I wonder if he knows. Do you know the babies are in there? Yeah. Do you know the babies are in there? I'm not kidding. This is the worst I felt. I feel dreadful. And I don't know if it's making me feel worse watching these pregnancy videos of these people who are suffering, but I literally feel so sick right now. Yeah, I know. He literally has not left my side. It's so cute. But yeah. Sorry. I'm not rough. I'm just having a very chilled day and it's very hot outside. I thought I'd give you an update because I haven't in weeks because I've been away. So I went to Wales for a weekend and it was really nice. I felt really good. I think because we were literally like getting up, laying in bed and then doing something. Then coming home, having a rest. And then now the nights are very late. Probably all because of me. Like we watch Love Island every night, but it was just really nice. So that was really good. Then I came back and I fell down the stairs. Really nasty. I don't know if my bruise is still there. Oh yeah, it's nearly gone. And I actually had to go to A&E because I was so dizzy and I've lost feeling in my arm, which will cause now to see that bruise. And I was carrying Gary and silly me, my own fault. I will not be carrying Gary again. And I was fine. Everything was fine. Then on the Tuesday, so that was Sunday, and it didn't come home that weekend. A little football a reference. Then on Tuesday, I had my first midwife appointment. My mum came with me because it was in my hometown and it was just quite far from Elliot, whereas I can then work from home at my mum's afterwards. So it was just really nice. I ended up knowing the midwife, of course, because it's Malden. She knew me. She knew my entire family. Her mum is best friends with my nan. So, classic. But they don't really do any tests there or anything. You have to now book blood tests. But she did do a urine sample, and obviously I was still pregnant then. So that's really good. And she just talked through everything. She said because it's twins, it would have to be at the hospital. We can't, have anything else. And she said probably 70% chance it's going to be a C-section. But we'll find that out once the head's engaged around Christmas time. Oh, excuse me. So that's really cool. I was just really happy and just really excited. Then me and Mum went away for a few days again. Went to Whitstable, and that was just lovely, just so relaxing. And then, yeah, and then today I've done my back in. It's in agony. It's so painful. So it's just picking things up. Now, I'm literally hobbling around, and once I find a position, like, it's weird. I can, like, go like this, but I can't go like this. Which is super annoying. But our scan is Tuesday, and I just hope everything goes okay. I'm just so excited and so nervous and everything. But so, like, symptoms, side effects, whatever you call them. I'm still getting my nausea. Not too bad, to be honest, but I more get it when I go to eat, and then I'm like eating, and suddenly something switches, and I'm like, I physically cannot put that in my mouth. I'll be sick. Like, and there's a few times where I've had to spit food out because I forced myself to put it in, and I'm just like, no, I'm still not that keen on eating a lot of stuff. Well, I'm really tired, obviously. Just beige. Just want to eat beige and sugar. I've had a few headaches, but that is literally because I'm dehydrated, because I'm not drinking enough water because I don't fancy it. So I've got to keep that up. And then my only symptoms, I haven't really felt super tired because I've been relaxing. Like, I have been taking it really slow. Like, I only went back to work last week for 3 days. And this week I'm only in for 4. But I'm 12 weeks today by the NHS. I'm so sorry I keep yawning. I don't know why that's happening. 12 days today by the NHS. 12 weeks today by the NHS. I'm 11 tomorrow from my last scan. So I'm really close to the finish line. Annie knows now. On Tuesday, no one else different will find out. We're not actually telling anyone else till the 1st of August. So it's a long time, but yeah. Just exciting. Just happy. Very happy. So, yeah. Well, thanks for listening. I hope this might be helpful for someone else out there as well, because really, I think YouTube's got to be my saving grace. That's my name. But yeah. Alright, guys. Love ya.